All right, I think we're live. Hope everybody's doing well. There we go. Just checking in. Today, I'm excited. I'm excited today. One, FedEx Cup playoff week starts. Tiger Woods is playing. He's going to win. I know it. He's going to win in the next couple weeks. So it's going to be an awesome time in the world of golf. So buckle your safety belts. Hope everybody's doing well. Thanks for tuning in. Today we're talking about golf drills. You know, sometimes you don't want to buy a bunch of gear, which is great. You don't need a bunch of stuff. There's a lot of great equipment out there that can help us with our games. But if you don't have anything, get an alignment stick. A noodle is very helpful. Swim noodle. I have a pool, so got a few of these. And you all have a towel, I hope. And maybe you saw my video, 8 hacks using only your golf towel. Watch that thing, man. I worked hard on that. Thought it would do better than it's doing. But it's doing great. Anyways, appreciate all you guys. So that's what we're going to use today. It's going to be super helpful with your entire game, particularly your short game. That's definitely going to help you out. Because the better you get at your short game, the lower your scores, always. I don't care how you hit the drive. But I do know working on your short game will help your driver swing and your consistency as well. Last time I played, that video is coming out tomorrow. It was at Rustic Canyon. They have 13 holes where you hit, they have 5 par 5. So they have 13 holes where you would hit a driver or something, 3-wood or whatever. But I hit 11 out of 13 greens, 11 out of 13 fairways. So all I do is work on my short game. I never go to the range and hit my driver. I hit here, and I work drills, and then you hit tons of fairways, and I think I hit 13 out of 18 greens as well. So that's pretty good. I'll take that. Anytime I'm over 12 or better, for me, is great. For anybody's great. So these drills, these things, if that's all you have, you're going to be just fine. You're going to be able to rock it out and do some great stuff. Hopefully, prayerfully, we don't have any technical glitches today. It's a little warm, but I don't think it's too hot where we're going to overheat. Last time my internet kicked everybody off, so I have no control over that. That's the internet gods. Hopefully we got it. Get your questions in if you have anything. I'll try to get to as many as I can as we cruise along. First off, I want to work some towel drill stuff, okay? Because everybody has a towel, hopefully. And hopefully you don't have one that clips on your bag. Get rid of those. Get one that you just, regular towel. So, first off, a lot of people come over the top, right? You have a slice. So what you're going to do is just put your towel over here on this side, okay? And put your ball really close to that guy. Right? So if I come over the top at all, I'm going to hit that towel a little bit here. And this is just going to give me a good visual look. So I want to keep that club as close to that towel line as possible as I go back. Okay? I don't want to be whipping it back inside here. I want that just nice and back here. And then when I come through, I just want to keep it moving straight through the towel. So I'm just kind of following the line. You can do this with your stick, your alignment stick. You can use the noodle as well for this. I just like a towel because if I hit it, I'm not going to destroy the noodle. If you hit it, you break it. Towel, you're fine. But this just gives me a nice visual look of where I'm going. And so this is something I work a lot with my irons and my mid irons, particularly because I want a nice takeaway here and a nice follow through. This is the area where I want to focus the most. And I just want to go in straight and straight. Okay? Right through here. Nice 3/4 swings. And then you have a lot of flexibility with this. Let's say I want to work a little draw. I'm just going to push the front out a little bit. And then that's my follow through out there. Put this right in the middle. There's a little crease here. So I'm going straight back and I'm pushing out in the direction the towel is pointing. So I'm taking it back straight and pushing it out there. I push that a lot. All right. So towel for me is like there's a gold mine drill. Just, you know, everybody's got this. Take it straight back. Push that out. This is the one I like the most for me. It's a straight back, and then I'm dropping it inside and pushing it out. And it gives you a nice little draw, which I like a little draw with my irons. Personally, I like to hit a fade with my driver and a draw with my irons. That's what I like. Okay. Okay, pose. Mr. Short Game, I found over the years the golf instruction varies dramatically. Would you agree that finding a very competent instructor is more difficult than it seems? Yeah, for sure. Golf instruction varies greatly. So first of all, I would say you have to find somebody that works for you. Like I might not work for you, the stuff I do, but I'm not necessarily teaching swing, mechanics. I really try to get away from that as much as possible. I teach drills that will help you find your own swing. Because the drill, this drill, I could tell you to do this, and set up perfectly, but ultimately you gotta hit the ball with the club face. And so all my drills are designed to make solid ball contact. And if you ever see my irons, you can see this with camera, but I mean, my irons are wore out on the sweet spot, my mid to short irons, because I make, not to boast or anything, but my ball contact, my ball striking is really consistent most of the time. But my swing, I don't have the best swing ever, but it's all about coordination, eye-hand coordination, and that's what, for me, that's what I try to instill and teach, is that drills will produce your eye-hand coordination and develop your swing. Whereas a lot of instructors, they teach certain fundamentals, like you need to be here, right? You need to be here. You need to, some people are teaching this. Some people are teaching this. People teach different things. And so when I took lessons with these different instructors that taught very dramatically different teachings, it really messed me up because I didn't like this. It didn't work for me. And I got way off track. What worked for me, which I went just back to what I did when I learned. And I had to do it all on my own. It's like, okay, here's a drill. That's all I knew. I couldn't afford a lesson, so I had to do drills. They were free. So that's what I teach. And anytime you're playing a sport, just think about it. You're doing drill after drill after drill. You're running stairs. You're jumping rope. You're, boxing combinations. You're doing different drills to develop your style, your technique, right? All boxers have a different style and technique, but they all do a very similar drill, right? So in golf, I believe in the same thing. You don't have to have a perfect swing, but yes, instruction varies greatly. How often do you live stream? I live stream every week on Tuesdays, varying times. I'm experimenting with times, okay? All right, so here we go. Straight back, a little draw swing. And then, in case anybody's wondering, what I like to do is when I'm swinging, whatever I'm doing, I'm really feeling a bowed. I'm trying to stop my swing this far, always in my yard, right? And I'm trying to bow my left wrist. Here, I want to feel like I'm carrying that tray. I'm right here. I'm bowing that as much as I can. I don't do it a lot. I have a wrist injury that kind of prevents my wrist from bending too far back, which is why I get over here. Because I broke my wrist, I had a couple surgeries on this thing, and it doesn't bend back all the way. So for me, I get lazy with it because it hurts when I bend it back too much. But when my golf game's good, like that kind of hurts my wrist. But that's where I try to feel. but I get lazy and I go like this. And then that kind of gets me in a bad situation. So all my swings out here are short, bow that, and come on through. That's what I try to feel here. Short swings in my yard. And I feel that wrist. But after if I play 2 days in a row, it really bothers me. Where do I send my videos? Okay, Miguel, go to my website, mrshortgame.com, go under book a lesson, all the info's right there. Also on a link to this video, it says analyze my swing, I believe. Click on that. Okay, I hit my irons very straight, but I slice my driver terrible and it makes my drives go around 50 yards shorter. Yeah, okay. This happens a lot. A lot, all right? Who's that? Baked Beans Boy. Baked Beans Boy, all right. Cool beans, I like it. Here we go. You're gonna get your towel. Just stick with the towel right now, okay? A lot of people have this problem. They hit their irons great and they're dry and they don't know why. And here's why. 9 times out of 10, baked beans, this is why you hit your irons great and your driver poor. It's because on your irons, you're hitting down on the ball and you have a descending blow on the ball. And then you're doing the exact same thing with your driver. You're just hitting down, and it slices because you have a descending blow. And if that face is a touch open, whew, see you later. Big slice. But the thing is, it's okay to have an open face when you're hitting your driver if you're hitting up on the ball. Then you get a nice draw, a nice solid draw. Because I hit with the club face slightly open with everything. But it's fine. It just starts off to the right and draws back or goes straight. I love that shot. So we got to get you hitting up on the ball a little bit, all right? All right, so again, make sure your ball position's off your left ear. I want you to tilt down just a touch, just a little, like 1 notch. Like if you're turning a knob, just first click, right? Boom, right there. You'll feel it, just right there, boom. Okay, hands center, hands in the middle, tilt down. Now, what you're gonna do is you're just gonna try to swing up on the ball a little bit, okay? That's going to be the key for you. Don't take it back inside because you're going to hit back here, right? So you still want to take it back straight and then just keep that back shoulder down, and you're going to try to hit slightly up on the ball. You're going to feel like you're on your back foot a little too much, which is okay. You just got to work through that. And then another drill I love to do. If that doesn't work, here's your other drill. I like to throw a ball in the air, okay, and try to hit it just before it hits the ground. Right there, okay? I can't even hit it. I'm not a trick shot artist, but just like you're playing baseball, right? This is where I learned this. Because I was hitting, I was on a softball team, so I was at softball practice, and you know we're hitting shots like this, and you know they all went in the air. You're hitting the outfield. You're just hitting up. So that's what you're trying to do. You're just trying to hit up on the ball. Boom, right? Throw it up, and it's impossible to hit down on this ball because the ball is traveling down. You're not going to chase it down. Who would do that, right? You're going to throw it up, you're watching, and then you're hitting up on the ball. So then you take a few swings like that with an iron, and then you throw your driver on the ground, and it's the same thing. I want you to set up, right? I want you to pretend throw the ball in the air, and then hit up on the ball. And you'll see, you'll start hitting it, it'll change your shot shape, all right? Baked beans, that's a money drill for you. Fitting or lessons? Colin Flauta. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Okay, fitting or lessons. If it's your wedges, I would get fitting. I would spend money getting fitted for the right clubs. That's really going to pay off for you more than lessons. And then just do my drills because they're free on my website, right? Or on this channel. Just do those. Get fitted, do the drills. You'll be set. And then if you do lessons, I'm not against lessons. I would do a lesson every quarter to start off with. Don't do like 6 weeks in a row. Green beetle almost hit me. Do like one every like 3 months. So you're doing 4 lessons a year. That's what I would do, because it takes a while to change. And if you do lesson after lesson after lesson, you're gonna have 6 weeks where you did a bunch of lessons and nothing's gonna take, right? It takes time really to change, because the chances are they're gonna change your grip. They're gonna change so much about your swing that if you took 6 weeks of lessons in a row and then didn't take a lesson for the rest of the year, your swing would look exactly like it did when you first started taking lessons, or very close to it. But if you took a lesson every quarter and worked on that over the course of the year, then your swing would look dramatically different doing it that way as opposed to 6 weeks in a row. What's the membership on your website? Ben, I'm just gonna hammer you with like stuff to buy. That's what it's for. No, I'm kidding. What is that for? You know, I set that up, and occasionally I send out just little updates with some cool videos that I've done for people with the membership only. So you have just access to like certain videos that I'll make just for you guys and just email you a direct link. Also different products that I think are cool. I'll send you info on that kind of stuff. That's what the membership's for. And it's free. It doesn't cost anything. Okay, here's a great question. Do you personally make any major adjustments or swing thoughts when using your woods? I can drive well, hit irons well, and hit my woods like a 28 handicapper. Okay. No, I have one swing thought for me with all my clubs, typically, okay? And it's, I'm swinging to here, like, hands to my shoulder. I guess I call this one swing thought. Hands to my shoulder, drop it inside and rotate. That's kind of my swing thought. I'm trying to just drop it down under here. Okay, that's for me. Okay, I'm just trying to take it back. That's what I'm trying to do. No major adjustments. And typically I don't get in too, when I start missing, I usually miss my drives to the right when they're off. And I like that because I can deal with that. And it's not a big problem. How flat could I get in the backswing and what's too much? Miguel, great question. So, you could get, like, watch this. Here's the other drill, another drill with your towel. It's a connection drill. You just put your towel under here. You've seen this a million times. I have a slot shot little gizmo that does the same thing. Just put it under one arm. Like, I mean, that's not too flat, I don't think, right? I mean, look at Sergio Garcia. He, you know, when he comes down, like he's down, he's pretty flat. So I would say part of it has to do with how tall you are. I would say the taller you are, the less flat you should be, right? For me. So I'm shorter. So, like, I can get away with a flatter swing because of my height. But if I was real tall and I'm swinging it flat, then I'm manipulating the club because the club's long, it's out here, like that's the shaft angle. So keeping that would keep me pretty flat. But if I was 6 inches taller, like if I was 6 foot, 6'1" or something, and my shaft is up here, and then I'm really flattening it out, you don't see that tall of guys with a flat swing. Okay? Normally they have a more upright. Typically, okay? So it depends on your height. I'd say if you're 5'8" or under, you can go as flat as you want. And then the taller you get. But flat won't necessarily hurt you too much, okay? Flat. I personally love a flat swing. Way down there. But I do have a tendency to get it up and get too upright. And for me, that just doesn't work. 6'2". All right, so you're tall. Look, so you're taller. So, yeah, if you're tall, you're way up here, and you're getting here. I think you're doing yourself personally a disservice, depending on what the rest of your swing looks like. But I would still try to keep my shoulders in, and just get your hands kind of shoulder height here. Okay, that's about what I would do. and then drop it down. You'll be fine. Look at like a Brooks Koepka. He's kind of flatter, and so is Dustin, you know, and they got that bowed wrist, so check those guys out. For tall guys, I don't think they get too upright. Like Bubba, he's way up there, right? He's way up here. But if you're 6'2", like Brooks Koepka is a guy you kind of want to look at in terms of swing path and swing plane. Obviously, he's pretty hot right now. Okay, yeah, so Dennis says he tends to hook the ball when you're swinging flat. Yeah, totally, that could happen. 2 reasons. One is the lie of your clubs aren't adjusted flat enough, right? And you're digging in that heel first, that will definitely cause a hook. 2, if you're flat and you don't rotate, yeah, see you later, you're gonna hook it off the planet. So that's something also to look at. Like I'm flat, but like Ben Hogan was super flat and he rotates a ton. That's something you wanna do. If you don't rotate, you're gonna hook the ball with a flat swing. If you're upright and you don't rotate, you're playing a giant slice, usually. And you look at a guy on tour right now, I would say most Ben Hogan-like would be a Chad Campbell. Super great swing, just right here. He's back here, flat, really brings that thing down. He rotates through. He's one of the best ball strikers on tour, believe it or not. If he could only putt better, he'd be a major champion by now. So, but flat, rotate is a must. All right, let me scroll up for some questions here. You have a huge backyard. You can almost fit it. You're right. Thank you. I know the backyard's huge. I'm probably gonna take out these sheds, push this back. I want to do like a synthetic, full-on short game deal, kind of like what's his name has. Okay, I think Jay Wallace was talking about, yeah, why not? That's a good drill also for hitting up on the ball, is teeing the ball up as high as you can and hitting an iron. Okay, this is good. I use this for a different drill personally, where I'm hitting long irons, like 4 or 5 iron, and I'm trying to hit this as low as possible. So that's why I don't do that drill for hitting up on the ball, although you can still do it. It's not bad. All right, let's get to our noodle. This thing's great. Okay, so noodle and alignment stick. So what a lot of people do is they come over the top. So if you've got a mat and some grass, this is what you can do, or you can always use your range basket, okay, right there. Put your noodle in there somewhere. You kind of want it on your, that's pretty good, on your swing plane, right there. And then you put a noodle on that bad boy. Bam. That's perfect. Now, what I'm gonna try to do is swing under this for my shots. And you wanna be careful. Like I'll start way back here at first. And this is a great drill. Because if you come over the top, boom, no good there. So I wanna be under here and then under here. Also forces you to keep your wrist cocked a little bit. Because if I release early, again, that's over the top. So, you know, you're here. You're probably not gonna hit it great at first. You'll toe a lot of these because your tendency will be to pull back, which is fine. I don't hate that. But this is something you want to work on, especially chipping, short game. This is where we lose this all the time. You want to have a great short game. Now, a lot of people don't believe in coming in a little shallow on the short game, all right? For most shots, I think it's great because you're going to use the bounce angle of the club. And when you utilize that, you're good to go. But it's so easy also on the short game to take these little shots and just come over just a touch. And then you just shut that face a little bit. It goes a little too low, goes a little too left, and it runs out a little too much. Whereas if you could just keep those hands back, because this, you know, even if you're here, that's too much. You know, just a little bit will mess you up. Okay, this is so, you want to be so precise. So you want to take it back, and just come underneath here, right there, okay? This is one of my favorite drills. This is why I love, obviously I talk a lot about hitting in your net, because you know, you don't want to go to pay $12 for a bucket of balls or whatever, $8-10 and do this all day, but you need to do this all day or with a whole bucket. And if you're just here in your yard, this is gonna revolutionize your game. I say that a lot. All the short game stuff will. Okay. Hey Scott, your practice guide has helped me a lot. Thank you. I appreciate that. I have a practice guide. I pulled it down off the that website that was sending it. So you have to contact me directly now to get it. It's still free. It's a weekly practice guide, stuff you can do during the week. Keeping your weight on your right side. Okay. Okay, I'm just looking at some of your questions. Okay, where'd I get the platform to hit off of? On this link, there should be something that says My Gear. Go there. I have an Amazon link to some good mats. Yeah, that you can get. This one's pretty good. They make some, I've had this for, gosh, 15 years. Maybe longer, but about 15 years. It's in good shape. They make some much better ones even now that are softer, more realistic to grass. And so I would check those out. And I've linked them on my site. They're not cheap though. I mean, you could spend $500 on a nice mat. I got this from a facility that was closing down. I think I got this and all the netting for like $100. So you can do that too. There's a lot of golf courses shutting down these days. You might want to go find one. When the DIY for hitting mat? Yeah. Yeah, we could do that. I'll think about that. I don't know. I got to figure that part out. DIY for your own hitting mat. The thing is that, yeah, I mean, I do DIYs for stuff that are when I feel like I've got a better solution. Right now, I just don't think I have a better solution for a hitting mat at the moment. So we'll get to that. But this little guy here, this little drill, you want to work your short game big time. And then your irons. I don't really do this with my driver. Can though. But my irons, really want to keep that underneath. Even if you're way back here is fine. Doesn't matter as long as you're, coming underneath. And it will really, really help you make better ball contact when you're coming in shallow like that and rotating. Don't want to leave that part out. That's key. That's very important. Okay. Okay, there's something I'm trying to get to here. What happened to the grass? Yeah, you asked me that the other day. So some of it grew over here. I don't know if you can see it back here. I planted some bent grass, but there's a bunch of patches that didn't grow. I don't know why. And I threw some more seed down, but it didn't grow still. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. Just got my water bill for this month too, so all my grass might be dead next week. So we'll see about that. Because I do have like a third of an acre here that we live on. So it's hard to keep all the grass alive. It's expensive. All right, again, under. See, I hit it going back, okay, so that means I just came up, right? It's fine, I'll just move out. Good, boom. It's kind of scary, Great drill. Great drill. Help you a lot. Okay. Yeah. How do you do the outside-inside loop with the noodle? Okay. That's not too hard. So Might want to lose the basket for this one. So this is just some, I don't hit balls doing this, but I do it sometimes. So for me, this is just a drill. And I think this is what you're talking about. Just shove that in the grass or whatever. What we're going to do is we're just working on our swing path, right? Might be a little low, but the concept is go outside and then inside. And I'll do practice swings like this. So you're just out, in. Okay. Let's say your ball's right there. You kind of line this perfectly up. And I just go outside here and then underneath going through. Outside. You mean you could hit balls like that? I normally don't. But you could. I would put that just inside the thing. I'm totally gonna kill myself here. Out, see? But that's the concept. Outside, inside, I hit the thing. That's why I don't do it. All right. Oh, all right, here we go. Kevin Corn. Hosel Rockets with the 60. Help. I love it. All right. Okay. So here's why you're hoseling the ball. Okay. So your 60 is your shortest club, right? Typically. And if you take a full swing, you're gonna have more of a chance to nail the hosel on this bad boy. All right, so first off there, Kevin, is swing to here, okay? That's first. So if you're getting up here, forget it. Yeah, just right to here, okay? Boom. You wanna be there. And remember, if you are here and you come over the top just a touch, that now that you're coming over the top and you're hitting the hosel, right? Just over the top a little bit. And that's hosel city. So let's just start off, this will really help. It might look, you might not think, but what we're gonna do is you wanna find out exactly where, at what point in your swing your problem is, all right? So you can start off here. Is it here? Did you hosel that one? Right? You see what I'm getting at? Then you're gonna go a little farther. Back here. I'm gonna hit this over I'm gonna use a different club to demonstrate this. But then what you're gonna do is you're gonna keep doing that, right? So just pretend it's my 60, then I'm gonna go a little farther. Okay, so that's good. Now, what you're gonna find is at some point you're gonna have a good amount of distance. Let's say you get 60 yards and you're cool. Dude, that's it. You don't need to go more than 60 with that, right? I have 40, 50 yards on the golf course. I hit my 56. I don't even hit my 60 because I want to control a lot better. I want that little swing, okay? So keep going until you find out where hosel rocket swing is. If it's here, don't go there. Go here and stay there. And then just work on your swing speed from that point, right? If this is it, that's fine. You could get 60, 70, 80 yards with a 60 degree. Maybe not 80, but you can get pretty far. So keep it short, go one step at a time. And also, the other piece of that, I want you to try, if it's still giving you problems, is get a noodle, put it down, get your 60, because this happens all the time too, right? A lot of people have their shortest club in their bag and they whip that thing. If you pull your 60 way in here, you're gonna come over the top and you're gonna hit the hosel. Okay, so a lot of people, unfortunately, they keep that 60 in here and then bam. So we want that 60 to come up a little bit, right? So I don't mind you bringing it in as long as you're coming up at the same time. So put the noodle about a club length in front of the, put the ball about a club length in front of the noodle, center of your stance. Make sure the ball's in the center of your stance too. You don't want it too far back. And then what you want to do is you want to take this back straight and up to here. Boom. Okay? back to here. And work it like that too. The same drill we just did, but use even a noodle as well. Why? Okay, why do I keep pulling my driver left like 1.5 yards and hit my irons with a 3-yard fade? Okay, just trying to kind of understand. Why do I keep pulling my, okay. 1.5 yards and then hit my irons 3-yard fade. Well, I mean, pulling your driver a yard isn't that big a deal. I don't, you know, I mean, maybe it's a little more dramatic than that. So if you're coming, so here's what happens. All right, watch this. If my club is shut, okay? If I have a shut club face, okay, this happens all the time. People shut their club face too much at address, right? And then you're gonna take your club out to the outside more because your body just wants to take it straight back. So if it's shut, straight back is different than if it's, right? So here's straight, here would be straight back. That's with a square club face. If my club face is shut, now that's straight. Does that make sense? So here's what's gonna happen. If your club face is shut, you're gonna take it back here, right? And you're gonna come this way, right? Now here's the thing, when you're hitting down on the ball, that club face has a tendency with when it's shut to open, okay? When it hits the ground. So your chances are your setup is shut, you're taking the club back here, come in here, the club hits the ground and the face opens a touch, which will cause your irons to fade and slice, right? Now, if you do the same thing with your driver, okay? Here would be square, but let's say you shut the face again because that looks normal to you. And you do the same thing, but you're here, you're not necessarily going to be hitting up on the ball or you're not hitting the ground. So your setup's here, you're shut, I'm just kind of, you know, without seeing your swing, this is typically what happens. Your face is shut and you have a pretty good swing path, but the face doesn't open at impact, therefore you just pull it left and it goes straight. That's usually the cause. All right, so I would look at, is your club face square? Here's a great way to test that. Just go, if you're on a mat or whatever, go to the back of your mat, if you can see me, and put the club face right against the straight line of the mat. So you set up, boom. Okay, that's square, right? And then that's your setup, that's square. So see how that looks to you. Does it look open? Because if you're normally shut here, and now you're here, then it's gonna feel open, right? For me, I usually set up a little open, and I come back here, and I'm like, oh, I'm open, boom, squared up. Now it looks shut to me. But so I set up open, I take it a little inside, and come inside out, and I hit a higher draw or more drawing shot. So I'm constantly like, oh, that's square, okay. Now when I set up square, I take it much straighter back because that's where the club. So your backswing really is directed by your club face. If you shut it, most of the times you won't bring it inside. That will just look, it won't look weird, but your brain will say, okay, that's straight back, way out here. So that's most likely what's going on, all right? Okay. On your transition to your downswing, do you come with a force or your left side or your right side, and how much do you use your hands on impact? From Pakistan, thanks, oh, all the way from Pakistan. All right, so on my transition, this is very important. Okay, Bodhi, yes, I will do a video with the towel on draws and fades, just real quick. Okay, now, on my transition. So this is my transition. From here, from my backswing to my downswing is my transition. And the question is, really, what are you focusing on? What are you focusing on during that point? okay? You know, this is the key element because some people, I do this, some people do this, you know, a lot of people do different things. So what is your focus? Where do you need to be? Am I thinking right side? No, I'm not thinking my right side. Am I thinking pulling with my left side? No, don't do that. Don't pull, okay? What I'm thinking is, all I'm thinking is rotating my hips around. So I'm here, that's my thought, okay? I'm trying to keep my hands here, rotate. If anything, this hand is just going backwards. My right hand, back here. That's my swing thought in my transition. I'm not pulling, I'm not forcing my right side, I'm doing none of that. I am only thinking about rotating my body, right? And then getting to my finish. So I'm thinking about rotate that and get here. Get my chest and my body to here is really what I'm focused on. Now, it kind of depends on your skill level too. Like some people, man, they need to focus on something else up here, but I wouldn't really focus on this stuff back here, right? That'll mess you up. If I'm focused on, oh, I need to be here, I need to be here, I need to get this, and you're getting caught in the weeds here. You want to just focus on rotate your body, get your legs turning, right? Just around the center. Stay centered, turn around the center. Stay on your center line, right? So you might rotate a little off the ball, that's fine. Stay there as long as possible because you're loading and turning and then you're accelerating and exploding out more this way, okay? Let's try to change kind of our golf thoughts in terms of transferring our weight to our front foot. All right, let's get rid of that term. I don't want to transfer my weight to my front side, okay? I really want to create like a revolution in this game in terms of how we talk about it, because if you think about transferring your weight to your front foot, you're going to go like this, right? You're going to sway. You're going to be back here and you're just going to think about going this way. But I don't want you to go that way, right? I want you to go around. You'll get that way, but I want your weight to come around this way, right? Because I'm transferring my weight in a circular motion, okay? It's not weight transfer, it's weight circulation. Let's call it that, right? I'm going out here, because that's what you're doing. You're really you're taking all your weight, all your force, because you're creating energy. Maybe, okay, you're not creating energy, you're storing energy. This energy can't be created or destroyed, right? Newton, quantum physics, right? But we're storing energy and releasing energy. And we want to release all of it right there. Actually, right there is where we all want it all released, out there. And then if I release it out there and I'm hanging on to it, which I am, then I'm going to be rotating it. So it's not a weight transfer, it's a energy rotation. Right? There you go. That's as scientific as I get. Use golf now. Seems like pricing higher. Too good to be true, like 80% off rounds. Yeah, so someone talking about golf now. All these booking sites. Remember, it's summer, it's hot, so tee times go way down, even though it's summer. And school is starting for a lot of kids, so they're not playing. So now's a good time to get on the course if you don't mind the heat. Okay. I feel like, okay, I'm playing in an hour. Would you play $20K for a quick lesson to stop the hook? I would pay $20 or $20,000 for a quick lesson on stopping the hook in my swing. All right, Reggie Salad. You want a lesson an hour before you go play? For $20K, all right, you're good. I'd have to see your swing to make sure we stop it for sure, but you could do that. One, I would shorten your swing, all right? That's my tip of the day. Shorten your swing, half swing all day, Reggie. Half swing all day, okay? You're gonna go here and here, and make sure that dang club face is square at address. Don't shut that thing. And so I would say, look, without seeing anything you do, without hearing about any of your shot, other than you hook it, I'll get those hands a little higher. I'm swinging half swings all day, all right? I don't care how short you hit that ball. Half swings. And rotate through. All right, Reggie? 20K, you can PayPal me. Appreciate it. Get ready to pay. What? Oh, it's a bet. It's a bet. Yeah, we pay 20K for a quick. Oh, Bodie said it. Get ready to pay. Yeah, that's it. Reggie, I expect an email in about 5 hours with your 20K PayPal. Appreciate it. Okay, here, ball position is a big confusion nowadays among golfers. Please brief us on that. Reggie, are you saying $20 or $20,000, Reggie? It looks like it's 20K. If it's 20 bucks, I'll take either one, but whatever. You can super chat me for a 20K. I think there, I don't know if there's a limit, but I'll take whatever. Thank you, Reggie. That's your tip of the day. Let me know if it works, okay? I'm curious. Okay, ball position. Okay, ball position is huge. Now, for me, every club, well, all my irons, hybrid, everything, I'm center of my stance, right? I'm center, okay? That's my center. Like, when I'm out there playing, I'm center of my stance right there, okay? Everything. This is a 5-iron, center of my stance. I don't care about, you know, some people want to forward. Look, if you're hitting a 2-iron, yeah, you could go a little forward to that. But center pretty much for everything. Wedges, I'm center. Unless I'm doing some specialty shot, then I back it up 1 ball. I don't go further than that, ever, with anything. Unless it's a little funky chip shot, I'm doing that, okay? Driver is my left ear, but everything's going off my head, okay? I'm not doing it off my, I'm not doing it off my foot, my feet. I'm not basing my, it has nothing to do with my feet. It has everything to do with my head, right? Because my head doesn't change size, hopefully, right? So, like, if I do this, like, my nose is my nose. Nothing happened there. It didn't move around. So I'm going to position it off my nose. My driver is off my left ear. So if you have a super wide stance, right, it's just like I'm a foot inside my left foot. Normally you wouldn't put your driver there, right? But it's on my left ear. That's what you want. You go off your face, okay, your head. So everything's off my nose, all right? I'll stick it there, which is in the center, off my nose. If you can, I love doing this. The sun is right behind me, so I see my shadow. So the sun's a little over here, touch, whatever, but whatever. I'm gonna put that ball like where my nose is, in my shadow. And I would do this, you know. And some people, I'll put it even on my, depends, and I'll use this. This is a drill you can do, a shadow drill. And this helps keep your head steady. And I'm just gonna keep it there the whole swing. Right? Use the shadow to your benefit. I use this all the time. Put the ball there. It's on my nose. Now I know I'm in a good position because the sun's right behind me, so this makes it easy to keep it centered. And then just keep it there. And you're good to go. Little shadow drill. Jack Haynes, what's the best round I ever shot? 66, La Quinta Country Club. Okay. Oh, here you go. Pretty consistent driver setup. Okay. Two good questions. Okay. Best routine for a driver setup. Here's what I do. I taught my kids this. Okay. I learned it off this guy John down in San Diego. He was teaching my kids at the time at Oaks North. So he was like, okay, feet together. This is what we do. Feet together. Club. Boom. Big step, back foot. Little step, front foot. You're done. Right? Make sense? Feet together. Feet together. Right? Feet together. Club behind the ball. Grip the club. This is what I taught my kids when they were 4 years old. Right? Big step. Little step. You're done. Okay? Right there. How far from the ball? One fist. One fist from the club. Okay? Ball. Feet together, ball in the middle, club behind the ball. One fist out, left hand, right hand. Big step, little step, go. That, I mean, we're talking, I mean, I taught little kids like this. That will get you, and I use it, right? I use it all the time. Sometimes, like, you're struggling on course, I'm like, okay, let's go back to the beginning, right? So I'm like, feet together, big step, little step, go. Just, that's simple, right? I'm all about that. All right. Always feel my hands separate. Do I need a thicker grip? Okay, Simon, grips on clubs. Always feel my hands separate. Do I need thicker grips? Thanks, Brian. Did I answer your question? Your question? Okay, so Simon, there's sometimes too thick. There's all kinds of different grips. I like these lambkin grips. I just love lambkin. They make this new kind of grip. So sometimes your grip could be too thick, or they could be too firm. All right, if you're so you want to work. It's not just about the thickness of the grip; it's about the firmness of it as well. Maybe you need a little softer grip. Okay, that you feel, so it's the same thickness, but you feel like you squeeze it. If your grip is too hard, which is an old grip, and you want to change your grips a couple times a year at least once a year, twice a year would be better. But go try some grips. Lambkin has a lot of good new grips out there, and they make some that are regular thickness but softer. All right, and that, my camera died. All right, no worries. We're going back here. Were you there? It overheated. It's getting hot. We almost made it with 2 cameras the whole way. So think about that. Look for a softer grip. All right, not necessarily bigger or skinnier, but softer. Mulligan Mars. Okay, best warm-up before hitting a round of golf. I do have a video on my website talking about warm-up routines. Check that out. It's long. It's just, there's a lot for a full warm-up. But I typically only do. Also check out my Pelican Hill video. I do a quick warm-up. I don't know if that's the best warm-up routine, but I never hit full swings when I'm warming up, and I probably only hit 5 drives before I hit the course. So I think you'd be good to go. Oh, Brian, you had the question about threes. Oh, let me back that up. We'll get to that. Brian. Okay. Do you have any tricks that help flush a 3-wood off the deck? I usually hit it fat. Okay, you got it, buddy. Thank you, by the way. Thank you, Brian. All right, here's my 3-wood. I feel your pain. You always hit it fat. So there's 2 reasons you hit it fat. Mostly 1. You're coming too steep on the ball, right? Okay. So we want to really get this flattened out. So again, left ear, put in your left ear again, okay? You could also be coming off the ball, swaying off the ball too much. So we want to think about that, right? We don't want these hips to kind of get out here. I did a video on the thing called the Duo Track. They're these hip sensors. So they give a good reading for your hip. The product's like $150, so you can think about that, but it helps show you what your hips are doing if you're swaying off the ball. So you don't want to do that, right? Because if you get back here and then you rotate, you're going to come down behind the ball, all right? So again, I would use a shadow drill also just to make sure that you're rotating around here. You can also put this little stick back here, right there. So this should be your backswing. Boom, you want to create some space here, right? So you're here on your setup with your butt, right? Okay, boom, you want to create a little space there and then just rotate around it, right? So boom. So that's kind of the feeling you want for sure. That's key in your 3-wood. So you want to rotate around, and then from here, just feel like you're dropping it in, and then get the stick again. You want to do this, put it out here, okay? And then you want to see this stick get it more horizontal here, okay? So you're going here, like that, and rotate around. And you can do some short little swings here. You're gonna hit it horrible with that, but don't worry about that. You're just working on a feeling, okay? Love this drill. you could see your swing path. This is why I love this. And you don't want this, right? You don't want that. You want here and underneath. So you want to look at, you're going to grip it weird too, but that's fine. You want to rotate here and then just feel that flatten out a little bit, okay? Okay, so practice that. It's going to whack you in the side a lot. You have a little red mark, but it's worth the price of flushing your 3-wood. And there you go, right? You want to get this as flat as you can, in my opinion. So there's a misconception that if you get this down here, you're going to hit it way back here. You're not going to do that, right? You can take it back. Just make sure you're not whipping it inside. So take it back straight. Keep those hips here. Don't get them out here, right? Right here. And then drop that in here and rotate in. And then you could really just release out. And you're going to love that. But those hips are key. And that swing path. All right, Brian? Let me know how that works. I think I might have to take Zumba lessons for a move like that. Maybe, man. You got to stretch it out. It's going to, but it will pay off, right? Get flexible. You can do it. And if not, again, I'm also a big believer in making sure your swing, is one thing I'm a big believer in is, like I was saying, is finding at what point you hook the ball. All right. So with your 3, like I spent a lot of time doing this is, okay, where do I hook it? Because I would duck hook this thing. So where does that happen? Does that happen here? No. Okay. I didn't duck hook that, right? How about this? Okay. How about this one? I'll go a little further. No, I didn't duck hook that. But even that, I hit a little behind the ball, which is fine. Like you could drop kick it. It's not going to kill you. You're still going to get fairly good distance. Okay, so just practice a lot on that in your net or something. I also like to open that face just a touch. Just a touch. And then find out like what shot with your 3-wood is perfect every time, right? Like what's your go-to 3-wood shot? So that when you have to hit it, for me it's a nice cut. Like if I'm gonna play a nice cut shot with my 3-wood, I'm just like, yes, I can go for this. And I don't really care what happens after that. I top it sometimes, like I don't care. Usually it's on a par 5 and it rolls up, I have 100, 150 in. It's not the end of the world, but I feel like, hey, you just have to have that confidence. So find out where in your swing is a problem and build on that. Okay? And then, there's a lot of other things you could do to work on that, but I would say those would be the key things to get it pure through it. I snap hook everything above my 4-iron. Dirty Bird 7. Dirty Bird. No wonder you snap hook everything. Just kidding. Above my 4-iron. So I'm thinking 3, like that direction towards the driver, I'm guessing. Okay, so check your grip. Okay, check your grip. Check your swing speed. A lot of times, I see people, man, they're just swinging so wham, so hard at that. And they get, their hands are real active. So what I would work on, Dirty Bird, is I have a video about golf's, what do I call it? Not golf's worst enemy. It's something, but it has a picture of your hands, okay? Okay, and what we want to do is take your hands out of the swing. Okay? Take your hands out of your swing. Yeah, okay. A lot of times what happens is when you start getting those longer clubs, your hands get too active. And that face is a lot flatter, so you're going to have more of a hook or slice. So what I want is club above the ball, okay? I don't want you to cock your wrist. I don't want you to do it. I don't want you to change your hand position from here, okay? take your grip, try to have a neutral grip as best, however that, and then I don't want you to rotate. I don't want you to cock your wrists. I don't want you to do anything. I just want you to turn. Don't turn in here, right? Turn and lift those arms a little bit, okay? Just turn and lift those arms. And so my wrists and my hands don't do anything. At least I feel like they're doing nothing, okay? So just, we want to eliminate your hands out of your swing. Now, what's going to happen is they're still going to be there. You're just going to feel awkward. You're going to feel like there's no hands. There's going to be a lot less, but it's probably going to be more normal, right? It's probably going to be still too much, but you're still, but it's going to feel like there's nothing, right? So I'm feeling right now, my feeling is like, dude, there's nothing in my hands. Nothing. I'm not turning my club hand, like my hands are going to stay square. The club's going to be pretty much shut the whole time. It's going to feel like. That's what you want to feel when you're hooking that ball, okay? Now, hopefully you're set up good. You want to check that because that could be an issue, right? You want your shoulders, you don't want to be too shut. You don't want to be setting up like this. That's too shut, right? Even that's too much, right? Check your feet. Make sure everything's perfect. Your shoulders are square. Ball's in the center of your, off your nose, hands above. Just turn and turn, no hands. That was pure. All right? No, I don't have a putting mat. I do practice putting at the golf course. Best practice for a 17-year-old playing off a 9 handicap. Irish life. All right, last question. Best practice advice for a 17-year-old playing off a 9 handicap. Work on your short game every day for 2 hours. Chipping and putting. Best practice advice, okay? Little chip shots, and if you have a mat to hit off at home, Irish life, I would do these shots all day long. Right here, this is a 5-iron, this is your shot. All day long with all your irons, okay? Short game, that's the short game shot. Because then you're gonna get on the course, you're gonna have shots like this all day long. This is even your putting stroke. And if you can make solid ball contact like that, Irish, you're gonna be a scratch player in no time at all. I guarantee it. Money back. No money back guarantee, but you're gonna be good. You're gonna be really good. You're gonna be a scratch player, I believe it. That's the key. All right. All right, guys. My shirt is soaking wet. It's hot out here. Lost the camera. We're gonna fix that soon. Hopefully it'll cool down. All right. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Appreciate all the support. All the love support. We're gonna hit 18,000 subscribers here soon. We're getting to 20. And who you got this week? Tiger's my man. Tiger's my man this week. He's got it. The Northern Trust. All right. Love you guys. Peace out. See you next time.